And welcome back to another episode of Underdog Podcast. If you have been paying attention, if you have not been paying attention, well, I don't know what the fuck your problem is. The world is currently going up in fucking flames. The modern world. And I laugh because I was at a Bucks game last night. And as I'm sitting there, I'm still on my phone on Twitter. And I'm just looking at Credit Susie possibly tanking today. Huge sell-off. I'm looking at a liquidity crisis, which XRP, Ripple solves. But I'm looking at a liquidity crisis, food shortages, riots, all types of shit going on in the world. Sometimes Americans just have their head up their ass. like Americans don't give a fuck. The pound's been dropping, the euro dropping, the dollar skyrocketing. Why? Because it's so-called world reserve currency. Not anymore, but it's world reserve currency. And so everybody's ditching their own currency, trying to get into something in valuation. And well, it's a dollar, and that's unnaturally skyrocketing. He's talking about Federal Reserve central banks of countries increasing rates. You talking about hyperinflation in Germany, a potential energy crisis? There ain't no potential, my fault. An energy crisis that we're going into, and they trying to say climate change. I'm high. I'm high. You know what? I'm glad I am, because it's that bad. Like it's actually that bad, and because people wait until someone what they recognized as approved authority figures, or someone with so-called excuse me, more knowledge or wisdom or understanding than them, until they tell them that shit, then they just think, oh no, it's fine. But I mean, everyone's day-to-day life has gotten a lot tougher, right? Financially speaking. And for the most part, that's the only thing we care about, because that's what we use as our energy, our resources, our exchange of value, or how we get goods and services and products from other people. But the financial system itself is bullshit. Like, we have no actual asset, anything of value. Your dollars mean nothing. It's not backed by anything. It just ain't shit. And what you see, Russia, China, and those BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, what you're seeing them do, and some of the other economies, countries around the world, like, hey, fuck this, bro. We're tired of the dollar. We're tired of dealing with this shit. We're tired of these fuck ass sanctions. Because we do shit that we want to do, while America just throws hundreds of bases around the world and people in motherfuckers' literal backyards, right? Bagram Air Force Base, or Bagram Air Base is in someone's backyard, bro. I remember climbing up to the top of the tower and looking out and looking over the wall and seeing someone's fucking farmland, man, and goats and shit. And my first thought was, wow, this is really fucked up, bro. And I know mortars were coming from over that area. And then I'm just sitting there, I'm like, damn, you know what? I would launch a mortar too. Like, bro, get this shit out of my fucking backyard, man. Y'all pack y'all shit up and go. Like, how, like, Americans get so dumbfounded by that thought, like, oh, we're stopping terrorists. But you forget, motherfuckers put a base in someone's backyard. You serious? Motherfucker, you'll get mad if your neighbor crosses your borderline. This is why they don't give us veterans good health care. They want us to die off, bro. Like, you gotta see how the system plays. Like, and I'm not even mad at it, because, I mean, it's their business. Business of attaining commodities and taking different things. You take things either by force, or you have your own commodities, your resources. People forget we're talking about societies. We're talking about large populations. We're talking about survival, right? Energy. How we're going to have energy to power our machines, to power our electronics, to give us this modern living, this technological living, right? Gold, what we're going to use this for? Oh, it's some of it's in our bodies, but it's also in our electronics stuff, in our semiconductors, other different uses for it. Silver. So we're talking about precious metals, earth, elements, right? We're talking about a fucking society, and people don't see the big picture. These people put us in a fake ass financial system based on nothing of actual asset and value. It was oil. That's why you have your petrodollar. It was gold. But these are resources that the United States of America government didn't actually have or was accumulating. Because the United States of American government, the corporation, that's what it is out there doing their own fucking thing. And then there's little agencies within itself is out there doing their own fucking things, i.e. the CIA. But if you say shit like this, all of a sudden you're a conspiracy theorist stuff. No. In fact, you say shit like this because you actually give a fuck. Right? I'm not trying to push propaganda. I'm not trying to push fear or get likes or views or no, I'm saying this shit because I'm paying attention and seeing what it is. And guess what? The rest of the world sees the shit. Americans are so fucking programmed. The rest of the world sees this shit. Cause that's what Russia President Putin is talking about. I've been on Twitter and stuff, reading a bunch of news and shit, and it's like watching the videos, the clips, and translation of what Putin is saying, and I'm just like, bro, hey, seems like he's spitting facts, bro. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. You can get mad if you want to, but he has a point. He has a point. Just because, hey, I might not like him, I don't really know much about him, but motherfucker can say something. Hey, even a motherfucker you don't like can still say some shit that makes sense, man. And that's what he does. That's what he did in his speech. Come on, man. America's really gonna blame the Nord Stream 1 and 2 pipeline on Russia. I feel like I talked about that before on one of my podcasts. I can't remember which episode though. But they're going to really blame that explosion on Russia? When Russia can just shut the valve off? Like, that's an obvious, false flag attempt right there. That's a literal false flag attempt. It just didn't work. Which means there's another one coming. People have not seen, there's crisis after crisis after crisis, right? Food shortages because certain large manufacturers in Europe who distribute out to the European Union is going up. Either going down financially or something physically happened to it. Like people going bankrupt. We're about to see Credit Suisse, maybe some other bank as well go bankrupt. And none of this should be shocking. We know if you pay attention to how banking and the monetary system works, motherfuckers are lending out shit that they don't even have. You're paying back debt that doesn't even exist because you never actually even got anything. First and foremost, you just got a bunch of ones and zeros. 2 is fractional reserve banking, so any bank can lend out money or anyone, can lend out money without actually having everything of it. So I have $10,000 and you ask me a loan for $5,000. No. Now I messed up the scenario. I fucked up the whole scenario. But pretty sure you think about it, you get the gist of it. They're handing out something even though they don't have enough money to back it all up. So I got 1,000 in reserves, but I'm gonna hand out. I got 5,000 reserves. Why am I messing this up? Whatever. We don't have actual real anything of value in assets. So when we're talking about social economic things, more or less economical classes, your middle class, lower class, upper class, whatever, what of actual asset, things of value do you have? Home ownership is not just about, oh yeah, I got my own home and this and that, blah, blah. It's about having something of that's an asset that can appreciate, also depreciate, but if it depreciate is based on a whole bunch of factors, some of which is in your control, meaning keeping up the maintenance of your house and your area. That's why you have HOAs, because those, see where all this is going? We're going to business. That's all this is, man. We're talking about assets. So the money you have in your bank, if you're in those countries like Turkey, and your currency is just tanking, just fucking tanking. Well, Japan yen tanking, currency is just tanking. What do? When the cost of everything is up, it's because there's no real value going on in that market within that country. It's not that hard. And you can be like, oh, well, no, this factor, well, it has this, and that, and that, and that. No, you got to see the bigger picture. That's cool. You can break down the details. Those details help see the bigger picture, but you still got to see the bigger picture. Like, everything is going up in flames, man. We all see that. The medical industry is exactly that. An industry is a fucking manufacturing, pharmaceutical, drug dealing business. Right? Look at all the shit that has been come to light that motherfuckers like me have been saying. I'm only 35. Motherfuckers like me have been saying this because we've been on the internet and we've been reading our news. We've been deciphering our news. We've been researching for other knowledge, other information, because something didn't sit right. Now the whole world is collapsing and it's all done by design. It's a complete domino effect. It's cause and effect, and it's not shit. You can't do shit about it. You can't do shit about it because it's already taking place. Like, it's here. The financial collapse is here. So whether we wait for someone to say something on TV doesn't fucking matter. Just because you became aware of it doesn't mean it wasn't already existing. It's just that you became aware of it. That's it. Actually, and it, you know what? I don't want to say you became aware of it. I want to say that you decided to pay attention to it. You knew it was there because when you're at your gas station, you see the cost of gas. You know something's going on. You know gas shouldn't cost that fucking high. What the fuck has changed over this time period in the production of petroleum, oil and shit for gas cars stuff? And I thought these gas cars supposed to be getting more gas efficient. What the fuck is going on? See, like, so you are already paying attention, but you don't want to dig deeper because it requires more of a concentration. It requires you to question your own existence and question certain things that you do and question morality. Nobody wants to do those things. So now, Americans, I want to say at least maybe Americans, because I'm seeing in other countries, they're rioting. They're saying, fuck these bills, bro. Fuck this energy bill. You got me fucked up. I'm not paying this shit. And you're not going to cut the power off, bitch. You got people rising up and stuff. You got people saying, no, we're not dealing with this. You got people saying, hey, where's my money? Give me my fucking money. I'll give you my money before y'all fucking explode and crumble everything. And all this is by design because you cannot be this fucking stupid. You cannot be this fucking stupid. These people cannot be this fucking stupid. It's all dumb. Everyone's doing what they're told to do. That's it. Everybody does what they're told to do because in that corporate world, they follow that hierarchy, that structure. It's designed, it's set up that way. And the people behind the strings, those are the people with actual resources, with actual commodities, right? People that don't, go get gold minded, but they own the gold mining construction companies, or the gold mining companies rather, and the construction companies, right? Those are assets. Those are things that bring real value. There's nothing in your possession, in your bank account, that is of any real value. They have to tank the system. it was always going to be reset. It was always another system going to have to come into place. But it wasn't just financial. It's everything. Everything. There's a reason why motherfucker calls it the Great Reset. It's everything is being resetted. And it's happening in real time. So if you're alive now, you're conscious of this moment. This is a pretty like historic, eventful moment. And the magnitude at which is not being talked about is fucking hilarious. Like we all got our normal day-to-day shit going on. We all got our lives stuff. We worry about this, worry about that, but it's staring at us in the fucking face, bro. When you go eat, what the fuck everything costs so goddamn much? And then when you go to eat, why is there so many selections? Choice is good, but a lot of the shit is the same thing over and over and over. What's the difference? And then you start thinking, wait a minute. Why are they saying I shouldn't be eating this anymore? They said it was good. Now all of a sudden it's going to cause cancer? The fuck is in my food that it causes cancer? Right? You can't look at every facet of society. You can see the bullshit. Sports entertainment. Oh, my fault. Sports. But it's entertaining, is it not? It's a business, is it not? So games are rigged, or the ref doesn't make that fucking call when you're like, oh man, that ref should have made that call. What the fuck is going on? You already know what's going on. Those people ain't crazy. Nobody crazy. You know where you were sitting at in that stadium and you saw that shit and you tell me the motherfucker was right there in straight view of it, did not see it. Hold on, bro. Bro, man, it's entertainment, man. It's a business. It's a business. Now, it doesn't mean that's just manipulation, because nothing can be completely controlled. There's too many factors. And free will. Free will exists in us conscious beings. But you see how everything is set up as a business behind the scenes. Every facet of our modern society is being taken apart and reset. We're watching and living in a collapse. Yet, it's as if most Americans don't care, or they think it's the current president. They think the last president would be better. The president has nothing to do with it. That person can play a part, but that's it. Because the things that are being done around the world are not being done by elected officials. They're being done by people behind the scenes. People that you barely see their face. People that names are mentioned, but if you mention too much of their names, all of a sudden you can't say their names anymore. You're George Soros, right? You're Rothschilds. When you start throwing names out there like that, you're different kings and princes. You start saying different things like that, then you're not allowed to talk anymore. We're seeing a stronghold on freedom of speech in a country that supposedly is about freedom of speech. Like, you can't make this shit up. The irony of all this. We're talking about America as a land of the free, yet there's so many motherfucking laws, right? You know what we're free to do in America? We're free to indulge in our different pleasures. America is like a pleasure land, right? It's go enjoy this, go enjoy that. But guess what? Everywhere around the world is the same way. Everyone has the same shit. They're like trying to lullaby us to sleep so we don't pay attention to how everything is so fucked. Everything is so fucked. So now what? We're going into a potential nuclear crisis, a nuclear war, because Putin is like, we annex these territories, they're a part of Russia. And Ukraine's like, Us and our allies say, no, they're not. And when Ukraine's like, we're going to join NATO. And everybody in NATO's like, whoa, hold on now. We got you. But wait a minute. Or it's all been done by design. Why the United States American government just signed a bill to send over $1 billion, even not more, to Ukraine again? How you gonna send money that you don't fucking have? And it's like, people don't understand that money comes from us American citizens, because the United States American government is not a producer of anything. So they have no capitals, no funds, other than the shit that they done stole from around the world. But they didn't do that for themselves. They did that on behalf of the Queen. People gotta do their history. They gotta understand. They do their history. They gotta research. They gotta look up things and see how things are actually set up. When you see the world set up for what it actually is, a business structure and different entities fighting over resources, because that's what it's about. But at some point in our species, in this modern timeline, this modern iteration of the human species, at some point we got to come together and work as one, because this constant infighting amongst all of us is stupid. There's enough resources to go around for everybody to thrive and live off of. Right? We know that. But some want more than others. And some are saying, you know what? I just want to fucking share. But at the same time, that's fine too. But when it comes down to it, we all got to share. Because wherever resources are in Russia, they're not in America. But doesn't mean we might not have something Russia doesn't want, or does want as well. See, we already been forced to always work together. It's always been about that. It's what your actual real yellow brick road is. Damn, did I say yellow brick road? Silk Road, my bad. And with your actual Silk Road, your different trade route. That's all. It's always been about trade. You got this, I got this. How we gonna work this out? How we gonna do this? How we gonna do that? But what happens when an empire, like a Roman Empire, rises up? And when we say empire, because, well, what do they do? The empire always seems to expand, right? Motherfuckers just can't be okay with where they're at. They want to expand. You can see within the American government over the years and stuff, over the decades, hundreds of years, and Europeans have colonized. Everyone colonizes. Everybody colonizes. Every continent, every so-called race, all that shit, everybody colonizes. What is what you do? We're humans. We're aggressive. We say, hey, trade with me. And if someone says, nah, I don't want to do business with you, it's okay. I got this. I don't want to really share this. A lot of us have a hard time saying, wait, you don't want to share with me? What do you mean you don't want to share with me? No, you need to share with me. I need you to share with me. And then someone else says, no, you know what? You're not gonna fuck with me like that, man. I said I don't want to share. This is mine. Like, this is my right to, this is my property. If I don't want to share it, I don't have to. But I don't like your attitude, the way you're coming at me. And then the other person continues to be the aggressor. You're like, you know what? You're either going to share or I'm going to take it. And then now you have the other person go back to the person defend themselves like, you know what? If you want to do that, go ahead and try. And now you have NATO and the Western allies versus Russia and China and everyone aligned with them. There you go. That's all it is, man. It's two opposing sides. At the end, both sides want to work together, but one side is like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Stop trying to push your shit on us. Like, leave us alone. The other side is saying, hey, y'all trying to influence us. Stop, leave us alone. And then in reality, there are no actual fucking sides, because those sides don't actually even exist. They do and they don't. They only exist in a narrative. It's like a fucking story as the world burns. This shit doesn't even make sense, because from an average person, a regular everyday person, you don't give a shit about none of that. You don't give a shit about none of that. You don't give a shit about any fucking thing. It's like, hey man, whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. As long as the world keeps spinning the way I like this motherfucker, do what you need to do. But that's the problem too. Because when we all have that mindset, We're not seeing what's going on. Well, we can't get mad when they're destroying the world's economy, when all the markets are being reset. Because if we're all paying attention, well, we would have a whole different economic, macro economic structure than what we have right now. Because now we're going more centralization in the disguise of decentralization. It's going to be decentralized because there's going to be so much shit that's going to be attached to it, but it's at a centralization. Will we fight that one day? I don't fucking know. I mean, we really could have a true decentralized world economy. We have the technology. That's why we're going into this digital age, because we do have the technology. And people got to understand the technology that we receive. That's why I don't like technology, because the shit that we receive is not the best. It's not the best. It's good for the time being. Okay? Because they resell us shit. Why would I give you the best of what I can do? No, because in that case, then I'll only be able to give you that product every few years. Maybe. As opposed to, if I just give you a little bit better than what you got, then I can continue making money off of you and any new customers. So our technology that we have is based on a business model. We all know about Tesla and free energy and shit like that. We know about the cures for cancer and all these different diseases. We know about healthy eating and organic and all this other shit. But why is that just not it? Why is that just not a thing? Because it's a business. You go to a hospital, right? You pay for medical services. How do you pay for that? Oh man, I don't have no medical insurance. The best medicine only goes to people that have money. Well, yeah, because it's a product. They're selling you a product in pharmaceutical drugs, but they're also selling you a service. You can't expect the best medical treatment when you're not paying for it. The same concept goes to when you go to a grocery store. You see what the type of food is always on sale, the cheaper products. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this, it's on sale, that's good. But it's a business. So mindset is, if a product is good, it usually costs a little bit more because it's worth the quality than what you're paying for. So even the concept of it so-called being organic food is a ripoff. And it's something that I eat and I pay for. But I understand what I'm doing. I'm paying for a better quality product. I won't get the best unless I probably do it myself, but I don't. So there we go. It's bullshit because food should not be a quality product. But it's business. It's business. So you see, all this is going on around the world. They're all tied together because everything is a business. It's a trade structure. That's what's going on. Everyone wants something done for them, or I can hear my cats fighting. Whatever. Maybe one of them kills the other one. I don't know. I mean, that's one way to save money, right? One less mouth to feed. But man, as the world burns and everything is crashing, you see how I can break it down from different facets of society, man. It's getting exposed. We now know COVID was a sham. I mean, it took a while, but people started to see what it is. We now see that money ain't shit because the way they just print the motherfucker up, like you have to go bust your ass for hours out the week, miss your family, miss out on a life and everything to pay for a shit that you can barely afford because you can barely live in this fucking world that they're telling you is such a great country and place to live at and everything like that. Right? That sucks. And then you turn on your TV, they're telling you, oh, you gotta worry about this disease, you gotta worry about that disease, or you gotta worry about being shot at a public event, a mass shooting. Then they tell you, oh, you gotta worry about your kids, whether they're gonna be trans or whether they won't be trans. You gotta worry about where they're teaching. Like, you see, the whole education system got exposed. Every facet of society has been exposed for what it is. A sham, a business. The public education system is a service that is provided by the state and federal government. So when people say free food and stuff like that should be given out lunch stuff, well, yeah, because motherfuckers, we're already paying for it through our taxes and stuff. So we're already paying for it. If we're already paying for it through our taxes and everything, we might as well just privatize school. We might as well privatize all this stuff because these things are acting as businesses. But they're behaving as businesses, but they're hiding it. So we know the education system in America ain't shit. Your music, most of your singers and rappers and stuff ain't really singing or writing their own shit. They're just performing. That's nothing new. Right? People seeing it say how satanic the industry, the industry is. So your sports and music, art, stuff like that. You hear the pedophiles and everything like that. That's nothing new. Nothing new. But all of a sudden, everybody can see this shit now. How long have we known about fucking Jeffrey Epstein? Now we would talk about motherfucker all the time. What the fuck? None of this is new. None of this is new. This has been a long time coming. And we watched it in real time. Like I said, I'm only 35. And then I done lived through a pandemic, epidemic, financial crisis, 9/11. Come on, bro. The bombings of the Gaza Strip. False flag attempt, blowing up pipelines. Oh my God. Assassination attempts. Now, what else? Man, if a nuclear weapon goes off, oh my God, I'm like, God damn, what a time to be alive. The nuclear war narratives being thrown out there. Oh, who knows if that shit actually happens? Maybe a nuclear meltdown, something. Oh my God. It's just things after things, and all society and everything is burning. The world is fucking burning. And most of y'all don't give a fuck. Most of y'all ain't paying attention. And you know what? I guess ignorance is bliss sometimes. But not for me. I gotta see what the fuck is going on. So until next time.